in Sicily and then came here.
Okay.
And spoke with a very heavy accent.
Okay.
He didn't live, although he lived to be 96, he didn't live long enough to see me sworn in.
Okay.
But think of what that means. Having come from Sicily, a barber, having 10 children. They didn't have money, they didn't have prestige, they didn't have power, if that's what you want to refer to it as. But he had a love of this country. And I can only imagine how he would have been so proud to see his grandchild as a judge in the Supreme Court. It's, I think, the dream of almost every immigrant group that comes here. I've noticed in the last 5, 6, 10 years the tremendous increase in the South Asian population represented in our law schools. Now, many of them pursue, and the ones I'm thinking of specifically, are in major firms, making a lot of money.
Of course.
And that's, of course, in itself a good thing. However, there's another part of it, which is public service. And everyone who is involved in public service, whether it be a policeman, fireman, a judge, a lawyer, public defenders, it's a vocation. It's something that you want to do. Are you rewarded for it? Of course you are. Maybe not as much as in the private practice, but it's something that you want. And as I say, given the tremendous increase of South Asians in the law schools, it's a short matter of time before they want to more and more perhaps become a judge. Now, the second part of your question is, how do you do that? The main way to do it, and I think the best way to do it, is to become involved in your community.
Okay.
That's number one. You have to have a love for your community and a desire to help lift it up, to have it represented, to be a part of the process.
Okay.
So community involvement is terribly important.
Okay.
Terribly important. And then you should become active politically. If you're a Democrat, get involved in the Democrat Party. If you're a Republican, get involved in the Republican Party.
Okay.
Because at least as of now, that's how our system works. You work into a party, they get to know you, you do more and more for them. Of course, you're still a practicing attorney, because you have to be an attorney to be a judge. And then there will come a time when they say, all right, Jamal, would you like to run for a judge? Or would you like to run for a judge? And that's how it's done.
Okay.
So get involved, one, with your community, and then secondly with a political system.
A political party. Okay. Now, इन्हां दा कहना हैगा कि of course सब तो पहला मेरा question सीगा कि of course साढ़े जेडे generation है गया आजकल second, third generations now काफी लोग lawyers बन के आगे judges बनना चाहेंगे I'm sure. ते इन्हां दा कहना है कि ये Irish और Italian family दा background तो हैगे. इन्हां दी जेडी Italian background इन्हां दी जेडी grandfather सीगे ਉਹ ਇਸ ਕੰਟਰੀ ਤੋਂ ਆਏ ਸੀਗੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ 10 ਬੱਚੇ ਸੀਗੇ ਉਹ ਬਾਰਬਰ ਸੀਗੇ ਹੁਣ ਸੋਚਿਓ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਸੁਪਨਾ ਕਿ ਅੱਜ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਗ੍ਰੈਂਡ ਕਿਡ ਜਸਟਿਸ ਸਿਸਟਮ ਅੰਦਰ ਸੁਪਰੀਮ ਕੋਰਟ ਦੇ ਜੱਜ ਹੈਗੇ ਤਾਂ ਸੋਚੋ ਕਿ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਖੁਸ਼ੀ ਕਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੀ ਹੋਏਗੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਹਰ ਇਮੀਗ੍ਰੈਂਟ ਫੈਮਿਲੀ ਦਾ ਇਹ ਸੁਪਨਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਮੇਰਾ ਬੱਚਾ ਕੁਝ ਬਣੇ ਔਰ ਇਸ ਤੋਂ ਵੱਡੀ ਗੱਲ ਕੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਇਮੀਗ੍ਰੈਂਟ ਫੈਮਿਲੀ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਕਿ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਬੱਚਾ ਸੁਪਰੀਮ ਕੋਰਟ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਸਟਿਸ ਹੈਗਾ ਸੁਪਰੀਮ ਕੋਰਟ ਵਿੱਚ ਜੱਜ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ ਆਫ ਕੋਰਸ ਉਸ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਇੱਕ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਕਾਫੀ ਫਖਰ ਆਏਗਾ So of course you urge them to go towards that. But at the same time, is the now तुसी किस तरह कर सकते हो? सब तो पहला of course तुसी attorney हो, practicing attorney तानु होना पैंदा है. नाले तानु अपनी community अंदर majorly involved होना पेगा. ताने अपनी community अंदर of course time देना पैंदा है ताकि लोग भी तानु जान सकन who you are, what you're doing, and उन्हां नु पता चल जांदा है कि अगर तुसी community service really अपने दिल तो कर रहे हो या नहीं. Lastly, तानु कोई political party नाल होना चाहिए Democratic या Republican, Independence, जेडी भी party नाल तुसी आना चाहते हो, तुसी किसी party नाल involve हो और उन्हां दे विच अगर तुसी अपना काम करके अपना ना कमाओ, अगे हो सकता है तानु endorsement उन्हां दे through ही मिले. So these are the basic steps. और आजकल जिस तरह इन्होंने किया है जज बुकारिया ने कि आजकल वो कोर्ट रूम अंदर भी और लॉ स्कूल्स अंदर भी इन्ने साउथ एशियन स्टूडेंट्स देखते हैं, इन्ने साउथ एशियन अटर्नीज देखते हैं. It's only a matter of time, pretty soon, कि कोई ना कोई इस position तक पहुंचने वाला होएगा. Thank you for that. Now, also talking about, of course, you're very involved with the Indian culture. You're very, you have a lot of friends in this, in our culture as well, in our community as well. So you know a lot about the holidays and different things that are going on.
Try to.
Try to. Okay. Now with that, as you know, Diwali is only a few days away.
17th, Saturday.
Saturday. So to all our viewers, सारे viewers सारे नु पता है कि दिवाली आने वाली है. ਅਸੀਂ थोड़ा जा quiz लवांगे और इन्हां नु पूछ के देखने हैं कि इन्हां नु दिवाली दे बारे च की पता है. So we're going to ask you, what do you know about Diwali?
See, that was interesting. Before you translated that into English, I
that.
knew you were getting me in trouble because you had that
That look on
twinkle
my
in your eye. You're like, oh, I'm going to see if I can fool him. But,
So tell us now, what do you know about Diwali?
well, I know that it's referred to as the Festival of Lights.
Okay.
And
Wait.
that it
Time out.
just sort of.
Okay, before he continues, is to pehla ki continue kar main innan nu nahi dassya hega ki Diwali ki hundi hai. Try to figure that one out. Now, I'm telling my viewers, I did not tell you what Diwali is, so I haven't had this discussion with you.
No.
So this is something that's coming directly from you
Yes.
to tell us what's Diwali.
Well, I hope I don't get it backwards.
Let's try it.
It's the Festival of Lights,
Yes.
which ultimately is the triumph of good over evil.
Yes.
That's the multicultural aspect of it, because
Yes.
every culture has some type of story like that. But what I love about this story is, as I recollect it, it's Lord Rama's father
Yes.
had, I believe, a second wife.
Yes.
And one day he promised her that someday, no matter what she asked, he would grant that request. And several years later, she calls in that chit.
Okay.
And she said she wants his oldest son to be banished from the kingdom. And he's reluctant to do that. And I believe Lord Rama says, no, to preserve your integrity, to preserve your honor, he went away, went into the jungle, ultimately for 14 years.
14 years.
Just like my term, I laughed at that. 14 years. And Dasura represents when he, in fact, kills the Lord of Darkness.
Yes.
And light triumphs, good triumphs. And Diwali itself is the culmination of when he actually returns to his village. At least that's my understanding of it. I hope it's somewhat correct.
You did a very good job.
Okay.
Yes, you did. You know exactly what it is. That is where the holiday comes from. There's another aspect of it from our religion. This is the Hindu perspective of it.
Right.
There's also a Punjabi perspective of it. Yes, there is. So what I'm going to do, we have a few more minutes left. I would like to see if any of our viewers, ਜੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ viewers ਸਾਨੂੰ call ਕਰਕੇ ਦੱਸ ਸਕਦੇ ਨੇ really quick and really short ਅੰਦਰ कि दिवाली ਦਾ ਸਾਡੇ culture, ਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਦੇ culture ਅੰਦਰ ਕੀ ਮਤਲਬ ਹੈ. So what I'm doing is I'm letting viewers know, of course, what you said is 100% right from the Hindu perspective. So we'll have our viewers call in and tell us what's the Punjabi perspective that the Diwali comes
And just
from.
very quickly before you do that, that's how I got my first introduction to the Indian community.
Oh, really?
Because I went to Long Beach and I saw these effigies, which they burnt.
Yeah.
I was saying, what's this about? And then they told me the story. It was the
Dashera.
Right.
Yeah.
The Dashera. So it was very fascinating.
Well, let's see who can tell us what Diwali is for us.
Okay.
Sasikal, you're on the air now.
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਜੀ ਮੈਂ ਉੱਥੇ ਜਾਣਾ ਚਾਹਾਂਗਾ ਥੋੜਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਜਦੋਂ ਸੰਮਣ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਆ ਤਾਂ ਉਹ ਸਾਡੇ ਪ੍ਰੀਪੇਡ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਉਹ ਕਿਹੜੀ ਕੰਪਨੀ
I am sorry, मैं ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਕਾਲ ਕੱਟ ਕਰ ਰਹੀ ਹਾਂ. ਤੁਸੀਂ ਅਗਰ ਸੈੱਲ ਫੋਨ ਤੋਂ ਕਾਲ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ ਪਲੀਜ਼ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਆਵਾਜ਼ ਟੋਟਲੀ ਬ੍ਰੋਕਨ ਅਪ ਹੈਗੀ. ਮੈਨੂੰ ਕੁਝ ਸਮਝ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਸ਼ੋਤੇ, ਤਾਂ ਪਲੀਜ਼ ਕਾਲ ਅਸ ਫਰਮ ਅ ਲੈਂਡਲਾਈਨ. ਵੀ ਵੁੱਡ